time to go. I tried to throw on a new anchor right before we left, but I found out you can't just put in a different type. I have a CQR, and I had bought a Delta. I got a good deal on it, used on the used market, but it's a different shape, so it just doesn't work. So I'm gonna have to replace my CQR with another CQR. But boat's all packed. I strapped down the inflatable stuff up on deck. A Sela cleaned the bottom of the dinghy, and it had a few months of growth on the bottom. And everything's stowed inside. I gave the V-berth to the Jenniker, and so it's all cozy up there. And we've had dinner. Asila had her Dramamine, which means she'll be ready for bed soon. She's taking Hobie the dog for a walk, so he's coming with us. Sophia, my oldest, my stepdaughter, is already over in Catalina at Two Harbors camping. So we're bringing some firewood for her. And we should be there. We leave, we'll leave like a half hour after sunset, and we'll be there well before sunrise if all goes according to plan. Last little projects I did today, I repacked the glands on the hand pump for the Baby Blake head. It was leaking, and I didn't understand the theory behind packing glands and stuffing boxes and all that. So after doing a little bit of study on it, I got it, and so I packed this up. I used the Teflon packing material and with a seacock grease, and I think it's working. I think it should. Yeah, I think we're good. All right, no more projects. Just time to go through my punch list of everything that I need to do to make sure that the boat is ready, and I've got nearly everything done. A couple little things, and then I'll start up the engine, motor through the night. And yeah, I like to leave at night. I do my 20-minute naps, set my alarm for 20 minutes, and every 20 minutes I'll look for lights, check a heading, make sure everything sounds good, and then close my eyes for a bit longer. And then I get there and feel rested enough, even maybe a couple hour nap, but rested enough to enjoy the first day. So we'll be over there. It's like a 5-day trip, and we got enough food and water and toys to entertain us for that time. It's exciting. Took a while to get here. It's not an easy path. I had that art show that I knew was going to be a lot of work, but it kicks my ass. I'm gonna sit down. Oh, look how pretty this is. But it was like a 3-month. It took about 3 months to get ready for it. I had to get permits from the city and pay some fees to have an event. And then once that was done, I think I was in Morocco. Yeah, I designed invitations and some advertisements and signage, and had that printed, addressed and mailed off a bunch of invites, and put signage on the gallery. I created a new series of work for this show. The paintings of Bruce, of George and Brett, and those turned out cool. And it ended up being 5 different pieces. And then I finished some pieces that hadn't quite been done. So there was a few other new ones once those were done. And then a big Baja one called Dusty Bluffs, along with a study that I did for it. And then all the Baja pieces from the winter got framed, and just framing all that work is a lot. And I took everything down off the walls and patched them and painted them, and then rehung the show. It got it, I thought it was a good layout and got everything up. Ordered catering, ordered live music, bought a bunch of champagne, and everything has to be done in the right order, otherwise it all falls apart. So I got everything done, just solo, working away, and got all the furniture and umbrellas and everything set up, and I forgot to even take any pictures or videos during the show. Some people sent me a few, but I had a number in my mind of like, what would it take to make this feel like worth it? 'Cause it's, people saying that it looks good is only gives you so much motivation. Yeah, it just goes by so fast. But I ended up selling enough work to make it worth it. Worth it? Either worth it either if I don't consider my time worth anything for either painting the work, making the art, or putting together the show. But it's, to make both of them worth it, I would have had to sell quite a bit more. But whatever. This is like the story of my life. I work so hard and power out and try my best, and just feel like I'm just breaking even as far as art goes. But I'll keep trying. I'll keep putting in my effort, and people do appreciate it, and the people that can actually purchase work, and I just need more people like that to make it all make sense, and so I can rationalize doing this forever. I'm close to the like perfect trifecta of sailing, surfing, and painting, which is like my dream. I can almost taste it. So I'll keep heading in that direction. So I knew that show was going to be a lot of work, and so I set a trip to Catalina. Like the next week I was going to head out there. So the show was on a Saturday, and then I was supposed to leave on a Thursday. And I figured the few days before I'd be working on the boat, getting it ready. And so that's what I did, but things kept breaking. My water pump went out. I did find one and got one on Thursday to install, but when I went to pull that water pump off, it was rusted to a base plate. It's called an adapter plate. And so I had to take the adapter plate off, and then I tried to separate them gracefully, but ended up having to use force and grind off some parts of the rusted bolts. But you can't just put that adapter plate back on without a special tool. Nobody has that tool. But a couple mechanics said that they could do it without the tool. They felt comfortable with it. So I was kind of at their mercy, and things did not get done in time for me to do that trip. But I'm pretty stubborn, and I really wanted to get out there, and that was like the little carrot I dangled in front of me throughout that whole show. I'm like get this over with, you'll be in Catalina. So I ended up booking the ferry and staying on someone else's boat out there, and I ended up getting sick too. I was like sick. I thought I was like hungover from all the champagne I had at the show. But then like 3 days later, I'm just like, no, I'm sick. I was getting a fever, and I just felt horrible. But I like just turned into a little robot and just kept plugging along and checking off my list of things that had to be done before I could get out of here. So I ended up taking the ferry over, staying on this trimaran with Jeff. It's he's a total pirate. It's fun staying with him. He does his little it's called Chubasco Net shortwave radio in the mornings, and gives weather reports to other sailors, and it's just nice to be in that quiet and solitude. I ended up reading an entire book, really good book on survival techniques in the water, like out in open ocean in a life raft kind of survival techniques, how to survive without food for 60 days. It can be done, no food required. I went to this Beneteau rendezvous, pirate-themed party. I wasn't feeling good enough to even, I didn't even talk to anyone. I just kind of listened and sat in my corner, minded my own business. Went for a nice snorkel. That was beautiful. Read my book, relaxed in the sun. I got to borrow a dinghy to get to the dinghy dock and to shore, and got to borrow a bicycle to get across the isthmus. It was just really peaceful. I'm glad I made it over there. I'm glad I didn't give up. But now I'm ready for the real trip with my boat. There's nothing like having your own boat over there. So going to be leaving here in about a half hour or less. Yeah, I'm excited. I'll share this trip with you. I'm bringing my painting gear, so I'll be painting, which I love to do over there. Bringing a dog. Hobie the dog is coming with us. And bringing Asila, my youngest daughter, and then Sophia, my oldest stepdaughter, is already over there. So it'll be a bit of a family affair. Zahara's not coming. She just moved to San Luis Obispo, and I was up there this last weekend helping her move and being a handyman for a couple days, hanging surfboards and hanging art and patching holes in the walls and fixing doorknobs. I don't mind that. That was cool. But yeah, she moved into a sweet place. Sophia's her roommate, and all is well. So, Dad is proud. Yeah, Dad is proud. All right, I'm gonna sign off and finish up my checklist and get out of here. Bye.